Happy Monday, everyone. I did some tie-dye before my trip, so now it's time to rinse them out. So I thought I'd get that done before I get settled in today. Plus I have to get one out to the mail, so just a little jazz going on. So don't forget, if you have questions, let me know. So I remember, let me grab my notebook. If anybody has questions, I can, or at least let y'all know the colors. All right, so this was, I just used the color Wild Thing over. So I am doing some reveals today. I did a few tie-dyes before I left. I didn't do it on camera. I did them on Thursday night, so I'm doing reveals, but thanks for asking, Map 1963. So this first one, like I said, is a brown linen halter crop top that I use the color Wild Thing on. It's a splitter from Dharma Trading Company, and I did it with dye over ice in the muck. So the muck is the liquid from the ice melt and the dye. So you pour all that out. I just did a free-flowing twist, nothing special here. No ties, no rubber bands, no nothing. It was already a brown linen, khaki linen, so just enhanced the earthy tone. Very fall. I love it, and I'm not really that much on earth tones like that, but this is cute. I'm actually really liking this color. This is like the third or fourth thing I did with this color that I really like. This way. Beautiful. Wipe the camera right quick. It's a little hazy. Okay. Oh yeah, much better. See all the colors. It came out nice. Like that. You get some of those grayer tones, more of the peach tone, sage green. Very nice. While it's technically fall, it's still very warm here in the south, so we of course prepare our water. Again, when you're rinsing out, use Dawn dish soap. It helps to do a quick soak, and that way you don't have to run so much water at once. Thank you, Map 1963. You know, use hot water. Just use the container I had it in. Initial soak usually gets the most of the colors out in the initial soak. Agitate it a little bit. Okay, the next one is going to be so this is a maternity top for a friend. We went to her baby shower this weekend. It is a maternity crop. It was Lollipop from Delula, Rose Wine from Pro Chemical, so just two colors. Tall Deep Scrunch, Dye Over Ice. A little bit in the muck, as you can see, is not all the way in the muck. I just want a little bit in the muck. So, let me, I should be taking pictures at the same time. But let me do that right quick because I'm trying to create an album for records. Okay. Let me get this done. Dump out the muck first. Put this back in this container. I'm gonna do a first rinse this way. Out of the container. So we use the wiffle balls. lollipop really came through, and not as much as the rose wine, so I don't see as much green. So pretty because she's having a girl, so. Another one, I'll lay this back. To the front. Some greens. So we got the greens on the back, it looks like. Okay. Very pretty flows here. Give you guys some close-ups. Greens from rose wine. Pretty section here. More green. Another one that was dyed partially in the muck. These are two racerback tank tops for my cousin. One is geo-tied, another was fan-fold tied. The colors were wasabi, grass green, and chartreuse, because she said she wanted green. And since it is October, it is Breast Cancer Month here in the US, and these two tank tops are for my cousin that has survived breast cancer. So I am happy to make these for her. And she now she's a fitness trainer. There's classes at her gym. So I know that's what these are for. upside down. So this is the side, this is the middle of the fan fold. So this is the side seam. So this will be the side of your shirt, the back and the front. You rarely get to see the full fan fold unless you open it up to the side. I just happen to do that, so I'm gonna show y'all what that looks like. Thank you, Map 1963. Almost a good circle, the exception of this extension down here. But, so what it looks like on is like this. I achieved the green. So that's the fan fold. Thank you, Arshallow. Appreciate ya. So this is a geo pattern. You never know what you're going to get. These are less predictable. Unless you have one starting point and then go from there. But I didn't with this one. I just was tying it. Sometimes you might see me cut the string and sometimes you'll see me unwrap it. If it's too tight, I will cut it. But if it's something I can reuse, because I will reuse my canoe if it's still tacky. Or maybe I'll just cut the end because it's usually a tight knot. I can't get it. Seems to be really tight. Okay, let me get the scissors. My water bill. My water bill is actually not that bad. It actually stays around the 35 mark. Prior to me starting tie-dye, I was probably at like 28, 29, so not too much. But what has gone up is the gas bill because it requires hot water. And so my hot water heater is gas. I do this carefully so I don't cut this shirt. I definitely tied this one really tight. Razorbacks are really, really soft. I think they're bamboo. Let me double check. Oh, modal and cotton. Geo design. My geo style is typically one, maybe two different areas, but I usually build off that one. That's just my style, but you can do whatever you like. So my geo started down here. This was the tightest area. And then I just tied outward. This is a little knot of fabric. Sometimes you get those, call them little tiny islands. The thicker you wrap your sinew, the thicker your white lines will be. That's the front. And the back should mirror for the most part. So the length of time depends on a few factors. One, it starts with how long you let your tie-dye batch. And batch means letting it sit and letting it do its thing. The longer you let it sit, the more the color gets absorbed and the less you have to rinse out. These batch from Thursday night to just now, which is the longest I've ever let things batch, and that's only because I was not here. But you're rinsing until the water runs clear. I don't know how good you made it see. Actually, because these batch that long, you shouldn't see much color in here. So if I'm squeezing it out, I don't even see a tint of green, which means I don't have to let this rinse or soak long. I'm only gonna let it soak one time in the dish soap water. I'm gonna let it soak one time just to see if there's anything I missed. But because these batch long, most of the dye absorbs, so it doesn't have to rinse that long. But so the other factor is if you let something sit in the muck completely, then that liquid is absorbed, but also whatever didn't absorb, you have to rinse out. And that's usually a lot of liquid. But if you let something rack, so I'm about to show you that. So this is something racked, not sitting in the muck. So this liquid here is called muck, the tie-dye muck. But this was racked. So the garment sat above the liquid while the ice melted through. So again, because this batched a long time, I shouldn't have to soak it long. But what you're gonna do is rinse it with cold water first to stop the reaction of the soda ash to adhere to the garment. And then you soak it in the hot water and Dawn solution to get anything left over out, and so you don't have to continuously run water. But what you're looking for no matter what is pretty much clear water, light to clear water. I mean, sometimes you're not gonna actually see pure clear water as if it was brand new, but it won't be this dark where you can't see through it at all. So you want your water to be able to see through it at the very least. So, I hope that answers your question. Now you're gonna see a lot of liquid because I'm actually rinsing off the excess dye that was on the barrier. So, and then once I get to the garment, you should see a difference. So this was an eyelet crop scrunched dye over ice with one color Bordeaux from Pro Chemical. See, you can already see the difference that the water is not as pink as it was, or that burgundy color as it was when we first were rinsing, when I first was rinsing everything out. Yes, you can tie-dye any plant-based fabric. So the razorbacks I just did were cotton and modal blend. Modal is a plant fiber. Rayon is a plant fiber. Lyocell is a plant fiber. Bamboo, not all viscose. It has to be viscose from bamboo. Is a plant fiber. Tencel is a plant fiber. So any plant fiber can be tie-dyed with Procyon dyes. And then if you want to tie-dye polyester or wool, then there's acid dyes and other type of dyes. So there are different dyes for different types of fabric, but majority of tie-dyers use Procyon dyes using a plant-based fiber garment. See again, so I'm squeezing this water. I'll stop it, you see it's not as pink as it was when we first took it out. And that's because we let it batch a long time and it was wrapped. So, let's take a look. Like I said, this was one dye powder that produced all these pretty colors. And this is cotton. You can tell by feeling it. It's cotton. And also cotton's always very wrinkly when it's wet. Cotton and linen. So while I did just squeeze it out so you can see what it looks like. But I usually like to try to add water because then you can really see the patterns come through. The flow really comes through when it's least you can see it better on camera. Thank you, Map1963. Our Charlotte, can you put in the dryer to dry or is it best to air dry? You could do either one. That's just a preference. So many tie dyers, they go between air drying or putting the dryer. It really just depends on the preference, and more your bamboo, you want to kind of just air dry anyway. But cotton, if you're gonna wash it in the first place, so it's gonna be already pre-shrunk. So it's kind of up to you how you feel. But if you order a piece from me, it's already, all that's already done, and you can wash it regularly. Or if you like to hang your clothes, then you can hang your clothes. So. But here's some up close looks to the colors. It came out. Let me squeeze it out. For me, I can tell the camera is not doing it justice, but it is really pretty in person. And like I said, this was one dye powder. It's very fall. Can you tell I moved into my fall color palette? Soaking solution. Like I said, I always at least do one soak no matter what. In hot water. Is that an orange split? Yeah, so Bordeaux is, let me actually did a paper towel swatch quickly when I was doing something else. I can show you all the colors that really come out of Bordeaux. Like I said, it's one color, and I think it's definitely one of my favorite fall colors, to say that this is one dye powder that had all of these color splits. So let me pull that, get this out the way, and then I'll show you that paper towel swatch. And see, you can kind of already tell that one soak is only going to be needed because my water is not even changing colors. Usually if something isn't, if I don't let something batch long enough, well, I say long enough, you only really need to batch something 24 hours. But, or if you live in a very hot state, then you can kind of go less than that if you're going to be above 72 degrees, I believe. But see, this is going to be one soak and it'll be done, like most of them. Only one of them thus far, I think, really is gonna require another soak. And that's because it was fully in the muck. So this color on the corner, I can just show you that color without getting confused. So this color, this part of the paper towel is Bordeaux. So it has purple, it has orange, it has red, it has maroon. So it has all those color splits in that one dye powder. So I was testing out colors. I tested out 4 colors here, but this part is Bordeaux. Oh no, that's what it's supposed to be. Okay. Thought I spilled it. Okay. Trying to think what this was. Oh, this was an experiment. So this is a t-shirt. Using one, her name is Angie, I believe, from the Ladies of Tie-Dye Facebook group, called the Ruler Roll. At least I'm calling it the Ruler Roll. I'm not exactly sure what she calls it, but something she made up. And the colors were cedar, maroon, better black, and brushed steel. And this I did dye under ice and racked. So again, not sitting in the muck. Excess dye, all excess dye. Always rinse out your berries, or you can end up with colors on your next project you do not want. Just have good habits. Because I tied this very tight to have white spots because I was not here to add more ice. But we will see. We will see. on gloves when your hands are already wet is not the greatest. Wow, okay. Well, I'll go without it. Again, I say I'm in my fall color palette era. Not as much white as I was expecting, so that's good. There's gonna be big gaps of white. I mean, there are a couple, but saturation was decent. I don't know if this is giving. Okay. This is annoying. Let's hold it up. Interesting that this is such a stark circle in comparison to everything else. So here you can see saturation difference. Inside versus outside. This was outside, on the outside of the, like touching the ice. This is inside of the roll. So if you look at it going down, darker to light, darker to light. I'm curious what is green. Oh, thank you, Eat, Pray, Party. Okay, where this green came from. Brushed steel, maybe? These notes of green probably came from the brushed steel. So this is cedar, better black, maroon. The gray parts are brushed steel, so I guess the green probably is brushed steel as well. Okay. This is a new design that I tried out for one of the other artists, so. Bag and some sweatpants. Oh, we gonna have some chat of who wants it. Well, it is a medium. I'm gonna just put that out there. It's a medium. I'll make sure to get it loaded on the site as soon as it's washed and dried. I use my stick. It doesn't mean you can't order a custom one in your size. Be careful with this one. Yeah, very good. All right, so this was wrapped, and I put a bag, I snuck a bag in here since I have room, and this is some sweatpants. Just tell y'all the size now. Extra large sweatpants. And the colors here were, these are joggers, Northern Lights and October Nights from Delua. Two of my favorite colors from the Delua Dye House. Look at this bag first. Oh, thank you, Map 1963. I'm glad you like those two from Delua. Fellow tie-dye artists on here. Tote bag. Pretty. Those colors actually work pretty well together. So our Shallow had asked earlier about how long you rinse. Anything that's a sweatshirt or sweat material, you will rinse for a while because it holds so much water. So much. As you can see. And this was racked. This wasn't even sitting in the mug. I do think the Northern Lights definitely overtook the October Night. But I still think it's not too badly balanced. We might be fighting over these. These end up in the store or not. But these are pretty. Alright, let's see what's the best way to... These I might have to put on the floor so we could see it in its full glory. Just squeeze as much out of it as possible. last one for tonight. And then I won't be, actually I take that back. I do have to do a tie-dye tomorrow. It'll probably be HWY because it's a quick turnaround. But after that, for the next 2 weeks, I'll be focusing on STEM. So definitely check back in for STEM. Some STEM experiments because we'll be bending. I have a STEM booth. Okay. Yeah, I'll go set them out on the floor so you can see better. I just need to do it right here where I'm standing because the light is right here. This way. And then so those are the sweatpants. Get some very nice flows in here. Mesmerizing. Let's see. Some close up of the back. I'm gonna just flip it over. Definitely more orange on the front than there is on the back, and the back has more of the purples and greens. So, well, that is it for tonight. Definitely check back in. I will be back on, like I said, it'll just be STEM focused. We're doing water marbling, so practicing for water marbling. So, and as always, if you missed it, yes, these are joggers with a pocket. And if you missed it, you can catch it on YouTube on Ty Prince Designs is the name of the YouTube. And then I always post the dried and ironed on my Instagram. And then I'll list anything in the Shopify store. And that's itstydye.com. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Map 1963, Eat, Pray, Party, and R. Shallow, and Corporate Queen 25 for tuning in today. Bye.